7:45 hike beginning now. Good morning, Lionhearts. I got up early again today. I was up at like 6:15. I don't know why. So I'm gonna go out and get a hike in. I don't think I'm gonna show you guys today. I think I'll give you a break on that. Even though everybody says they like it, if I were watching it, I think I would get bored after a while of seeing hikes all the time. So I know it's motivating, but today I'm gonna leave it out. I might show you like a few seconds, but I want to clean up my apartment today because I want to list a bunch of things on eBay just to get out of the house. And I'm trying to decide whether I want to keep. I have some golf clubs, even though I haven't went golfing in like over 10 years. I'm a left-handed golfer, and left-handed clubs are kind of hard to come by, so that's why I've been hesitant about getting rid of them, but I do never use them, and I'd like to put my paddleboard in that closet, so we'll make that decision today. And as far as the vlog, I have 3 ideas of what I'm thinking of doing. I don't know which one I'm gonna eventually land on, and who knows, it could be none of the 3 when it all is said and done, but you'll be with me to see whatever happens. So Daze with Jordan the Lion begins now. Okay, we're here. We'll see you at the end. Well, that's a first out here. Computer monitor. Alright, another fairly empty day up here. I think the early days are the best for sure. Alright, let's get out of here. Alright, 9 a.m. and we are done. 9 a.m. on the nose. You know, I have lived in Los Angeles for the better part of 2 decades now, and I have never seen more helicopters in the sky than I'm seeing this year. Every morning I go out and there's like at least 1 or 2 in the sky. I feel like I'm in an episode of the A-Team. Well, it is not often that I go to film a vlog at a house and I get like feel creepy vibes from the house, but I did today, so I just felt like today was going to be a bad day to film the house that I went to, even though it was a great story. So I'll go back and do it another time. I'm gonna grab something to eat and go to a different house. And this one I think will feel a lot better. I've driven by it before. It's in a great neighborhood, and this ought to be exciting. It's from a great 80s movie. Well, today I decided to do one of my all-time favorite 80s movies, the classic Pretty in Pink. Now, I know I've been to Andy's house, but I hadn't been to Steff's house, aka Andy's dream house. Now, you remember in the movie, her and Ducky are out driving, and she pulls up to this house and looks at it and tells Ducky that this is like her dream house, and that she knows the people that live there probably don't even appreciate it. And that's like a real, like, kind of gives you a lot of insight into her personality there, because it shows how much she appreciates things that she knows that her family couldn't afford. And then later on in the movie, of course, this is a pretty big scene when Blaine brings her to Steff's house, and Steff's the friend played by James Spader that is kind of like giving Blaine a hard time about dating her. Kind of making him feel like she's not good enough to be in with that group, with his rich friends. And even when they come to the party here and he says, don't worry, they're my friends, they'll be cool and whatever, they still kind of patronize her and talk down to her and make her feel horrible. And of course, like the old saying is like, when somebody makes fun of you, it's because they admire you or they wish they were you in a way. And this was one of those cases, because you kind of start to see throughout the movie that Steff, which is just brilliantly played by James Spader. James Spader is just like one of those all-time great actors. In fact, the first time I really started paying attention to James Spader in movies, like even, because I knew him from Mannequin, but that's not really like the James Spader you really come to admire. But you see him in a lot of other stuff. One of them was The Secretary, which is kind of a creepy movie, but he really embodies kind of Charles Lawton to me. And he ends up, of course, having a crush on Andy, or kind of trying to make a move on her at least, and she turns him down. But he plays a real a-hole in this movie. It's a real classic. And this is where we see that whole party scene. Everything that where we kind of discover that her and Blaine are going to take this more seriously, and that she is just not going to fit in with his group. Now, I know I told the story in the other Pretty in Pink vlog, but I think it's totally worth repeating that Molly Ringwald, almost, even though this movie was specifically written for her, she almost didn't get the movie because, you know, it wasn't going to be directed by the man who wrote it, who had done The Breakfast Club and 16 Candles, and he was kind of lobbying against her getting the movie. He wanted Jessica Biel's. Is that right? The one that was in Flashdance. He wanted her to have this part, and I can't even imagine what this movie would have been like without Molly Ringwald, because this was really, even though Molly Ringwald had been in other stuff before this, this really established her as a solid leading lady and just a staple for our whole 80s generation, and like all the kids that grew up and loved 80s movies, we would always think of Molly Ringwald as like a staple of the 80s. And the other houses in this neighborhood are really nice too. This is kind of a neighborhood where Whatever Happened to Sweet Baby Jane was filmed a few blocks away. I'll show you some other houses in this street while we're here. All the houses over here are gigantic, and they take up entire, sometimes there's only like 3 houses on an entire block. They're that big. Some really interesting architecture in these neighborhoods. And no two houses really look the same that are beside each other, which is always awesome. To be honest with you, just about any house in this neighborhood could be a movie house at any given time, because they all have that beautiful look to them. This is the neighborhood of Hancock Park, if you're wondering. And even though I know the movie wasn't filmed out here, since we're talking Pretty in Pink and John Cryer playing Ducky, this house totally reminds me of another one of my favorite John Cryer movies. It's considered a terrible movie, I think, by most standards, but it was called Morgan Stewart's Coming Home. I love it. I never knew it was considered such a like Rotten Tomato type movie until my friend said, "Man, that's an Alan Smithy." I said, "What's an Alan Smithy?" He said, "An Alan Smithy is a movie that the director finds to be so bad, or something was done to it so bad, that they don't even want their name attached to it, so they give it the name of directed by Alan Smithy." I don't know if you guys have ever heard that before, but that was the story he told me anyway. Now, if there's actually an Alan Smithy out there who's a famed director, I'm gonna feel like an idiot, but that was the story my friend told me. Wow. Could use a new roof, but check out those shingles. Looks like it needs a lot of work, but wow, that's a cool looking place. I'm not sure which house it is, but I actually think the mayor of Los Angeles mansion is on this street, or somewhere down here. Let's go take a look at this house. This has a pretty ornate front yard. Yeah, look at that place. What kind of behavior is that? What kind of behavior is that? Ah! Ah! Hi! Look at that tail. Hi! We went for a big hike this morning, didn't we? You've been laying around chilling for the last hour or two. My buddy. My buddy. He and I are going for a walk, and I think I want to get some Dunkin Donuts coffee while we're out. I really like the kind of the intersection where it's located. It's right near the Pantages Theater, and I want to get some Dunkin Donuts coffee. We came out for our walk, and this beautiful girl and her dog were out walking, and the two dogs like met up and started playing, and the girl and I started talking, and she goes, "You and I have met before. We met on Cinco de Mayo, and you were wearing a different tie-dye shirt." I'm like, "You sure?" And she goes, "Yep, I wouldn't forget you." So she's like, "Oh, can I have you add you on Instagram?" And I was like, "What?" So I add her on Instagram, and her Instagram pictures are just amazing. Then she says that she lives next door to me. When we like walked around, she's like, "Oh, I live right here." I'm like, "Oh, I live right here." So probably be seeing a lot more of her, hopefully. Hopefully. The Headless Walk sign. The great Dunkin Donuts. There's my nectar of the Dunkin Donut gods. I was walking down here the other day and I saw something pretty amusing, so I figured I'll swing back through since I'm over here. You guys will get a laugh out of this. Okay, we stumbled upon here at the Hustler store the Pornstar Hall of Fame. The Grauman's of porn stars, if you will. I saw this and I laughed when I walked by the other day, and I'm like, well, I'm sure somebody will want to see it. It's part of Hollywood history, I guess. I don't recognize any of these people. Oh, Ron Jeremy. I used to see him at the Comedy Store all the time. Larry Flint. Jenna Jameson. Jeez. Belladonna. She used to help out with my friend Sam Tripoli's Naughty Show. Oh, there you go. The Hustler Hollywood Pornstar Walk. Now this little theater coming up here, right here, used to be the John Raitt Theater, Bonnie Raitt's dad, and it's been closed for years. It's a damn shame what they did to the mural of John Raitt, isn't it? No respect. Alfred Hitchcock, that's going to come into play in one of our future vlogs here coming up, especially the movie Strangers on a Train. Alright, good night my friends. I hope you had a great day, and I hope you enjoyed all the places that we went and took a look at today. What a weird day it was. I can't explain it, but from the moment I woke up till the time I finished the vlog, just something felt weird. And when I went to do one of my ideas for the vlog today, I totally got creeped out being at the place. And yeah, that's never ever happened before. I can't explain it. I'll definitely probably go back and do it, but just something felt weird today. So I don't know. I'm superstitious, I guess. But thank you for watching. Please hit the thumbs up and share this with the people that you love that you want to share my videos with. I don't know. Have a great night. And from your old pal Jordan the Lion in Hollywood, California, good night.